So how do we start with Kaizen? It's very simple and it's very easy. There are 4 things we always have to keep in mind. Number 1, we always have to be optimistic. Anything that life is giving us could be an opportunity in business, could be an opportunity in life, relationships, money, travel, people. We need to be optimistic in life, right? Being optimistic kind of sets our minds in a certain fashion or conditions our mind in a certain fashion where we now know that we've kind of almost achieved that goal. It all starts with the mind, right? So for example, if we dream of owning a car, right? Instead of worrying about the fact that, how will I own a car, I don't earn enough, I don't have enough money and all of that, we should try and see what do we need to do to own a car. Right? Because if we tell ourselves that we don't have enough money to own our dream car, by default, and again this is linked to something called manifestation as well and the power of the subconscious mind, we are in a way telling our mind, telling ourselves and accepting that we cannot own that car. Being optimistic and having a positive attitude towards what we want to achieve in life is half the battle won. Right? So if we want to own a car, instead of saying, oh, I can't afford it, we should say, what is it that I need to do to afford it or to own it? And then work towards those goals. That's the first step of adapting Kaizen in our lives. And it's the first rule that you can even adapt in your businesses. Instead of saying, I can't be successful, or this business, this profession of mine is not good for me, or I hate my job, or I don't want to work in this job or whatever, instead of saying that, try to say positive things, have a positive outlook towards that. And you will see that suddenly the way in which your thinking itself brings about a change. So that's the first step of recognizing, of starting off with Kaizen. Having an optimistic view of life. Number 2, do not fix the method to suit yourself. Most of us, what we do is very convenient. We focus on the power of convenience. Right? It's very convenient for me, so I'm going to do it in this fashion. Right? I don't understand this method, but I will tweak it a little bit to kind of suit myself. So what Kaizen talks about is that a lot of us, so a simple example, and I think I gave this example in the last session as well. Everybody has a dream to go to the gym and form a great body. Okay? I may want to go and lose weight. Okay? Now, there is a method to lose weight. Just by joining a gym and telling myself that, okay, now I've joined a gym, I will lose weight, it's not going to happen. So for the sake of my own convenience, yes, part of the first step is I need to do some activity, right? So assuming I join a gym or I join a cycling club or whatever, I have joined an activity. But now I have to do the activity. And those results are going to come over a period of time. And if I start something and I leave it after 7 days, it's not going to get me results. Or if I very conveniently say that, you know what, okay, I've joined a gym, I'll go there once a week. We should not fix the method. What most of us do is we try to adapt the method to suit ourselves. Methods are not meant for convenience. There is a reason why those methods have been created in a certain fashion, right? So if we have to do that, and that's why if you see, again, when it comes to cars or when it comes to aviation, when it comes to machines for that matter, sometimes when you try to skip even one small thing, it could lead to a disaster, right? So mechanically you are not allowed to kind of skip even one method. You can't say, oh, I forgot to put one nut here, or I forgot to put one bolt here. That's going to lead to a disaster at some point of time. So you are not supposed to kind of do a thing in that particular fashion. So follow the method to the core with all honesty and sincerity. Yes, we may not do it every day. So if you want to bring about certain change, if you want to go to the gym, fine. You can't go 5 days a week. At least start with once a week and then gradually increase it. That's the way of how Kaizen will teach us. Kaizen method basically also tells us to first see the problem. Okay? We first need to see the problem, observe the slightest problem, and then make minor improvements to it. Okay? Again, seeing the problem and accepting the problem is a big process, big part of the Kaizen process. Okay? Because if we don't know where to bring about the change, what are we aiming for? We should have a clear direction where we are going into. What is that problem that we want to address? So see the problem. We need to first identify what the problem is and then go after it, which is something which is critical if we want to bring about the change. Because if we don't know what the problem is, we don't know what we are trying to solve as a solution. Last is very important, which is also a way of working in life otherwise as well, is always be thankful for the method as well. Always be thankful for the small change that are coming out as well. So in Kaizen, one of the things is also that is taught about is to bring about change, but be grateful for that change that has come out, no matter how small that change will be. Being grateful is also a great step in terms of thanking the universe for the efforts that the universe has put into the entire way of bringing about the change. So it's extremely important and extremely critical for us to also say, be grateful for the change that is being brought about. Because a lot of us follow the process, follow the method, and then forget about thanking whoever is involved in the process as well. Right? Because acknowledging the fact that there were people who contributed to that growth is also something that's very important. Because if you are acknowledging that, you're in a way kind of making sure you're opening doors for more learnings, for more receivings that are going to come in the future, for more changes which are going to come in the future. So again, be grateful and be thankful for the changes that have actually come about in your life as well.